A lot to get to on today's Golden State Warriors today. Nick Wright of Fox Sports roasted the Warriors. Also, we have an update on Andrew Wiggins, and we'll take a look ahead at where the Warriors have to get to put themselves in a good position for the Western Conference playoffs and a whole lot more. Before we get started, though, make sure you subscribe to the channel because the bosses are putting pressure on me, okay? They're saying that if we don't pick up enough subscribers on today's show, we might have to go subscriber only on March 15th, which means the only people who can watch our content are those of you who are subscribed. So lock us in for the best Warriors content right here on YouTube, and let's start the show. This is Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Stay tuned for the end of the show. We're going to have a new update on Andrew Wiggins from head coach Steve Kerr. But first, an update on how the Warriors are doing and how they fared last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. A listless loss, an ugly loss, one that the Warriors can't afford to have at this juncture of the season. And it's unfortunate because they wasted a great performance from Steph Curry. He just returned on Sunday against the Los Angeles Lakers, and it looks as though he didn't miss a lot of time, and he's feeling really healthy. So on that end, that's a positive for Golden State, as Steph chimes in with 40 points, 7 dimes, 6 boards. Klay Thompson also pretty solid, 23 points. Once again, we saw more growth from Jonathan Kuminga as he tallied 21, but they couldn't stop Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 33 points for him. Lou Dort with 18. The rookie Josh Giddey, 17 points, 17 assists, and 11 rebounds. The Aussie. Good eye, mate. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. With the triple-double right there. Really impressive. And go back to my previous point. Like, at this point where the Warriors are jockeying in the playoff standings here in the West, they've been Jekyll and Hyde this year. Hot, cold, defensive lapses, a lot of injuries. Yes, Andrew Wiggins is still out. They're a little bit banged up. Can't fall to a bad Oklahoma City Thunder team. That's just what I'm saying. Western Conference standings, you take a gander at them. Number 1 seed, it's the Denver Nuggets. I don't think any team is going to catch Denver as we have less than a quarter of the mark to go here in the regular season. 46-19, Jamal Murray and the Joker have been awesome. The surprise Sacramento Kings, the 2 seed in the West. Who saw that coming with former Warriors assistant Mike Brown? But they're 7.5 games behind the 1-seeded Denver Nuggets. Memphis Grizzlies, even without Ja Morant partying at the club, 7.5 games back. They're 38-26. The Phoenix Suns in a nice little position here, playing good ball with Kevin Durant. You have the Dallas Mavericks at that 5th seed, Warriors, the 6th seed, Timberwolves in 7th, and the Los Angeles Clippers in 8th. But you look at how close things are, really, from the 3-4 seeded Grizzlies and Suns to the Mavericks, Warriors, Timberwolves, and Clippers all the way down. Look, the Clippers are the 8th seed. They have 34 wins. They're only 4 games back of the win column from the Phoenix Suns. So these things can change very, very drastically in an instant. The upcoming schedule for the Warriors, March 9th, against the Grizzlies. That'll be a good litmus test. Not sure if Ja Morant will be back. He might not be. It seems as though Memphis doesn't know either, so that game going to take place on Thursday, March 11th against the Bucks, March 13th against the Suns. So a good litmus test and a good barometer to see where the Warriors are, in addition to playing the Clippers here and then the Hawks March 15th. That's the next 5 games on the upcoming schedule for the Dubs. So with that, let's pivot to this. What is your level of concern with the Warriors? Are you concerned a lot? That means that you're going to be toward 10. Not at all. More trending toward 1. Join the conversation down in the comment section right now. To Nick Wright, blasting the Warriors. Here's what he had to say. The Warriors have, get this folks, a 0% chance of winning the title. So every team that I think could do it has a better chance. I want to actually go negative on the Golden State Warriors. Well, Nick Wright, I mean, shoot, brother. I love you on air. I think you're great on Fox Sports. You stand for a lot of great things in the thing that we call life. this tank ain't it. You're telling me that the Warriors coming off an NBA championship, if they get healthier and healthier with Steph Curry coming back, hopefully Andrew Wiggins comes back from the personal matter, you get Gary Payton II, that the Warriors can't win it all? I'll tell you who disagrees with you on top of me. It's the odds makers in Las Vegas. The NBA championship odds, Warriors currently have the 5th best odds behind the Celtics, Suns, Milwaukee Bucks, and Denver Nuggets. We're talking about a Dubs team that for the last decade has consistently been a contender to win the NBA championship. They've been to the finals 6 times over the last 8 years, and it's not like they lost a bunch of players. They pretty much have a very similar team. The bench is a little bit different, but this is a team that can catch fire as we round out the regular season. And you're telling me that they can't win in a playoff series against the Nuggets or some of these other teams in the West? You think the Phoenix Suns and a potential 4-5 want to take on the Golden State Warriors? They do not, because this basketball team can turn it on in a jump, and they can really be taken seriously as a team that can win it all. So will the Warriors win the NBA Finals? Voice your opinions down in the comment section with the Y for yes or an N for no. We'll go back. We'll see what you're all saying. And, of course, what you say in the comments sometimes can impact what we talk about on the show. More from Nick Wright. The Warriors have been from before the year. When I have a hard time remembering that something weird happening with them. It was post-parade, pre-ring night. There was their veteran leader, Draymond Green, slugged their new $100 million guy in Jordan Poole in the face, and we all saw it. But Nick Wright, you're actually wrong here, because Draymond punched Jordan Poole before he got that contract extension, right? It wasn't after the contract extension. And I'm not going to lie, the Draymond Poole situation was not great. It hasn't served the Warriors in a great fashion. It's led to some awkwardness. It's probably led to some jealousy, because on one end, Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole got paid. On the other, Draymond Green did not, and he's looking for a max contract extension. It's time to move on from all of that, right? Like, that was before the season, but look, these are competitive dogs. Draymond Green is an uber competitor. He wants to get paid. He understands that he has a legacy, and he's seeing these young cats get the bag, and they haven't accomplished nearly as much as what Draymond Green has been able to accomplish in the Bay Area. More from Nick Wright. 20 games in, they were a 500 team, 10-10, and I asked Chris Broussard, are you worried yet? He's like, no, they're my team. So I said, okay, let's check in at 40 games. 40 games in, they're 20-20. 60 games in, they're 30-30. James Wiseman supposed to come help and get better. He actually doesn't play for them anymore. And one of their other young players, he gets DNP'd by the coach. He's talking about Moses Moody there. Injuries have been an issue. No question about that. That's a big factor of why the Warriors have pretty much been a 500 team all throughout this year. It looks as though and seems as though every time they're picking up momentum, something else happens to curtail that momentum. And the Warriors' injuries this season, they've come to some pretty important pieces. Steph Curry's missed a lot of time. Andrew Wiggins has missed a lot of time. He's a really good two-way player. We saw his value against the Celtics in the NBA Finals. Draymond Green, probably the best defensive player of this generation. Gary Payton II has yet to play a game for the Dubs this year. Andre Iguodala's played in, 3 games this year? Ryan Rollins also been hurt. Since Wiseman was traded, it's not like it's improved this basketball team, so I can see where the skepticism comes from Nick Wright, because once again, pretty much been a 500 team for a lot of the duration of this season. Warriors are 6-5 since Wiseman was traded. St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and if you want to get locked in with some really fresh Warrior St. Patrick's gear, we have you hooked up by using that link down below. It's chatsports.com/WarriorsGreen. Shirts, socks. There are even some hats, I believe, out there as well. We're going to put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. For all the Irish men and women out there, if you want some fresh St. Patty's Day gear, you can get it now and support your Dubs in the process. All right, more from Nick Wright. There's this other problem, which is this. The Warriors have a road record of 7-24, because we know they're going to be on the road for every series, and that strikes me as a team that can't win 4 series in a row, all of which will start and end on the road. Yeah, the road numbers are no doubt, undoubtedly very, very bad. They're porous. The Warriors have not been a good road team. Is that because of a lack of concentration? Is that because they're not feeling the pressure coming off an NBA championship? I think that those are real circumstances, but would we be shocked? And is it possible for the Warriors to turn it on when the playoffs come around and just totally forget about the regular season and go all in, push their poker chips to the middle of the table and go all out for a playoff run. It won't surprise me one iota, and I'm telling you again, no team in the West wants to take on the Warriors in the playoffs because the Chase Center will be rocking, and they are littered. That roster is with a bunch of future Hall of Famers. Let's hear it. If you have faith in the Warriors, Warriors! Spam dubs down in the comment section. And as you go down there, make sure you subscribe. It's youtube.com/@WarriorsTV. As for this Andrew Wiggins update, Steve Kerr and Jordan Poole asked about Wiggins after Tuesday's defeat to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's Kerr. The only thing that matters is giving Andrew the space that he needs to deal with what he is going through, and that's what we are doing. Nothing else really matters. He continued by saying, the focus of the team or the games or whatsoever, it's just basketball. He's dealing with something that is important to him and personal. So we're giving him his space. It's as simple as that. So I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about Andrew Wiggins. Look, I'm looking out for the individual. I hope that he takes care of his mental health, or as a great decipher known as Marshawn Lynch once said, I hope he takes care of his mentals. But for this Warriors basketball team, they need Andrew Wiggins. They need his two-way, high-level playmaking ability. They need Wiggins to be that premier defensive player that he was in the playoffs last year. And on top of that, he was draining threes. He was playmaking off the bounce. He was an important figure of what the Warriors did last year. So this update seems to be concerning because is he not coming back at any time soon? Here's Jordan Poole. Wiggs is my brother. I've been talking to him over the course of these 3 weeks, and obviously we are giving him strength and all the support that he needs. Whenever he's ready to come back, whenever he's ready to rejoin the team, he will. And I think our staff and organization is doing an amazing job of allowing him to spend this time with his family. I think he knows we all have his back, and he can take as much time as he needs. Hopefully everything is okay for Wiggins, both for him personally, but also this organization as a basketball unit, because it's going to be difficult for them to go anywhere without the services of Wiggins. Subscribe if you love the Warriors before we hop on out of here. And if you have feedback for the show as to how we can get better, let us know.